Hello there, I'm Vess. My power? It's like a warm, soft bed. I'm here to soothe your weary hearts and souls.
Hello, this is Prince of Somnia, and welcome back to more Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In the last episode, I did a whole lot of side questing around to get some levels and experience and just show off some of the side quests we either skipped or have recently just been unlocked. And while I was doing that, Vess's Core Crystal reawakened, so I unlocked her in this episode. We're not going to use her because I have a lot better options, but she's there, like I said before. I didn't mention this in the episode we got her in, but in order to open Vess's Core Crystal, you have to, wait a little bit before she becomes available to unlock. And you can't just sit there and let the game idle for a little bit of time. You actually have to play the video game. What I've seen on the internet seems to suggest it's based on how many fights you do between when you get the Core Crystal and when it gets awakened. I'm not sure if it's just fights or if it also counts side quest progress, but, well, I kinda did both, and Vess's Core Crystal is now ready to be awakened, so that's nice. Anyhow, to continue on with the story after we completed that Merc mission back in Vess's episode, basically we need to return to Jackalo's Inn. Oh, okay. I guess we gotta report to the Flamebringer. I did as many side quests as I could in Uriah, Gormont, and Argentum. And I did one side quest here just because it was easy to get out of the way. But other than that, I haven't really done a whole lot else. Anyway, I just want to take a short rest here, see how much experience I gained. Not that much, but a couple of levels. Level 35 is actually where you want to be at the end of the chapter, so the fact that we're already there and we haven't even... Well, we're actually at about the halfway point of chapter 4. So yeah, just a little over the halfway point, actually, of chapter 4. So yeah, the fact that we're there already is very nice. I think Chapter 4 is actually the longest chapter in the game. It's certainly the longest chapter I wrote in my guide. So by now we're actually, I wouldn't say past the halfway point, but we're getting pretty close. It feels weird to say that though. Yeah, because I'm only at 20 hours. It doesn't feel quite right, but it's not a 40-hour game. It's a 70-hour game. Maybe I'm just misremembering something. But I don't remember Chapter 5. Actually, Chapter 5 is kind of long. Well, whatever. Anyhow, I left some of the quests in Mor Ardain unfinished because I was planning on doing them a little bit later when we have access to other stuff. But, yeah. Let's just move on here. There's also one side quest in Mor Ardain. I think I'll just show this off on the map real quick. This one right here. You can't finish that side... Well, I mean, you can finish this side quest soon. You can't actually, complete it until Chapter 5, but it leads on to a really big side quest chain that I want to cover in its own separate episode, so I'm going to hold off on that for now, and eventually we'll come back to it. Probably during the post-game, since that's when the whole chain wraps up. Anyhow, we need to report our findings to Morag, so let's speak to Cancuth here and have him bring Morag down.
I see. There was indeed once a factory there. However, it was abandoned some 30 years ago.
So, you think we've got him?
We can't be certain unless we investigate.
Shall we go?
You?
We won't do anything reckless. If it seems dangerous, we'll turn back. How's that sound?
To tell the truth, it would be difficult for me to dispatch the military so quickly. Would you?
Sure thing.
Now, let me share what information I have found. There are rumors about town that an esteemed Nopon merchant is involved in this affair.
An esteemed Nopon merchant? Chairman Banner?
Well, we're currently searching the transaction records. If we find anything, we'll inform you.
Pretty busy, eh?
I don't deny it. I will head to the location myself as soon as I am able to mobilize some troops.
All right then.
Alright, so now we have our destination, the abandoned factory near the heart of Mor Ardain. This is going to be another one of those trekking episodes, kind of like mid-chapter 3, where I was just doing nothing but walking across Uriah. But this time it's walking across Mor Ardain. There are actually 2 ways you can get there. Our destination is up here on the lower level, but in order to get there through the lower level, you'd have to go through the Anangam Gate that we got the key for in Vessa's side quest episode. That would be here in the Fife of Forgetfulness, in case you missed that, somewhere in this general area of the Fife. However, if you try to go through the Chansog Waste, which is what this area is called, if you try to go through there by foot, through the gate, you're very likely going to run into enemies in the level 80s that you literally cannot beat, and they will pulverize you if you don't manage to dodge through them. There is another way, however, we can use to get through there, and that involves us going back to the old industrial district, which is what the game heavily implies is the correct way of going about things, because this is how they transferred all of the stuff away. It's through the old industrial district. Now, just like I said before about the whole pathway down there, you can actually use the old industrial district to get all the way down to the lower level Chansog Wastes without the key that we got earlier, but again, you'll still run into the problem of running into enemies in the level 80s, and that's a lot less than ideal. So the pathway we're going to go through down here is much more friendly and, well, ideal. You're going to need level 3 Fire Mastery to get through this place, however, and you can't use Pyro's field skills to fulfill that Fire Mastery either, which sucks, but that's just how it goes. You want to head down onto this floor and through that door, and you'll probably run into a speedrunner, another Squirrel enemy, who will likely annoy you, so I'll just take care of him real quick.
Well done! Let us make use of it now! Ha! Double spinning edge!
Maybe we'll get out of this alive.
Quick and art!
We can do it!
Make haste and retrieve it.
Try to keep it up.
We'll beat them with the power of double spinning edge.
Oh yeah, while I'm here, I might as well talk about some of the strats I've been doing recently. So with Cora by our side, or really just any Knuckleclaws on Mia, as well as Mithra, of course, Tora, and Rock, you can actually break, topple, launch, and daze pretty reliably. Did I say break, topple, launch, and daze? I meant smash. But we can actually break, topple, launch, and smash pretty reliably, so it's actually kind of handy. Thing is, though, is that you can actually do it even more reliably than that if you give Rex a Great Axe blade. Because Rex's Great Axes have a launch ability. So with Mithra by your side, you can actually topple, launch, and smash an enemy in pretty quick succession with Mithra, the Great Axe, and Rock. Which is really nice, especially since, which is really handy with, Nia by your side breaking enemies. The only thing about that, though, is that you have to either overdrive or open a blade on Rex, neither of which I particularly recommend. The only exception that I think you should even consider overdriving to Rex in terms of Great Axe blades is Zenobia, who I'll show up on the screen there, and the reason being that she is overwhelmingly powerful and worthwhile using in the endgame, which is the only reason I would even suggest having that one opened on Rex. But other than that, it's not worth it. And even then, Zenobia on Rex is only worthwhile if you're going to perform a certain, if you're not going to perform a certain combination of driver and blade later in the game. But again, Zenobia is a random blade, so I'm not going to like enforce that. But if you happen to get really lucky and open her, more power to you. Actually, you probably don't want to right now. One more thing I don't think I mentioned about opening up blades, since you likely started grinding for them. You probably want to stop opening blades on Mia as soon as you have a pretty decent repertoire. There's another couple of party members actually that benefit a lot from blades you can open up, so I would hold off for now.
Anchor shot.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention this either. You may notice we're indoors, so if you try to use Mikra's level 3 special, or level 4 special, she'll just say, sorry, I can't do this right now. And the special will go back down to level 3 instead of actually being used as level 4. That's what the game was warning you about when it came to limitations. Anyhow, we see this bent iron door over here. You need level 2 wind mastery and level 3 fire mastery in order to open it. Unfortunately, Pyra's fire mastery doesn't count for this for some godforsaken reason, so we're just going to have to engage the appropriate blades in order to make things work. Oh yeah, I forgot to upgrade my skills, didn't I?
I'm sure it'll work out
Anyway,
great.
your Wind Knuckle Claw should have Wind Mastery, and as for Fire Mastery, that one you're just probably going to have to open up a few common blades. There's
Looking forward to
not a
working with you
whole
again.
lot of ways around that one, sorry.
I'm sure it'll work out great. Happy to.
Let's see.
With
I think
my
we should, yeah,
skills,
there we go.
with my skills,
The wind is my mate.
We have just enough to kindle flame on this door. This is like one of the very few field skill points that the game locks you behind and doesn't really give you a whole lot of ways to deal with it. There's one more in a certain dungeon later on in the game, but the less I think about that place, the better for my sanity.
Looking forward to it.
it's been a long time coming.
Anywho, there we
Always
go.
keep
Remember
them
to
fierce, though.
re-engage your blades before you move on. I'm going to take the opportunity to upgrade my arts, since I seem to have neglected that a lot!
That's about that.
Oh, baby! We finally got Arts Chain. Probably the best note on this entire affinity chart, I gotta admit. Because now I can finally cancel Driver Arts into Driver Arts. Get ready for some broken shit right here. Remember that particular skill I told you Mithra had? The one where if you land a critical hit, it partially recharges your art? And how at level 5, it fully recharges your arts? Guess what? You can cancel the recharged art into itself! Over and over and over again. We'll get to that one soon enough, viewers. Don't you worry.
Not
Man, it's gonna be
bad,
fun
not
slash
bad at
annoying
all.
to do.
Not bad, not
But yeah,
bad
you should
at-
be gunning for arts chains on just about every party member you have right now. And once you get that, you should start focusing down on rapid attack or those similar to it, where it lets you automatically use an art, so you can just open up a battle with 3 arts at once. Let's see. I think I'll just keep the rest of my points here. Unfortunately, Tora's arts chain is really far off, so I wouldn't worry too much about that one. I guess this will do. Alright. I think I'm ready now. Now, if I recall correctly, this door's locked. Yeah. I don't think it matters if you go up or down from here. But I think this one is a skip travel point that I want to remember for later. Yeah, it is. Ruin Laborer's Bridge.
Amazing places in it.
This is a place I'm going to come back to eventually, because there's a collectible that you can gather here that's really important for later. But where you actually want to go from here is actually down the stairs, not up the stairs. I wanted to show that off. Because if you go down this way... There we go, there's another opening. I think the skip travel point is just a little bit ways down here for this place. But it's not as critical as Ruin Laborer's Bridge. That's why I wanted to pick that up. Yeah, Hot Pipe District, first floor.
Congratulations.
Gotta be careful around here. There's a lot of Igna enemies that if you don't want to fight, you probably should try and avoid. And let's drop down here. And we're down on the lower level, pretty far off too. I think at this point, a lot of the level 80 plus enemies are kind of gone. So you shouldn't need to worry about them too much. It's just the Ignas around here, and they're only level 30 or so. This is definitely the way the game intends for you to go, and not through that absolute minefield of a wasteland over that way. Trust me, viewers, if I had known about this pathway the first time around, I would have been a much happier camper about this chapter. Anyhow, let's just head on over here.
So we meet again, Aegis.
Oh, it's Shellhead.
Yes! Wait, who's Shellhead?
As ever, your comic timing is exquisite.
And you will address me as Zeke von Gembu, bringer of chaos, or Zeke, or the Zekenator!
Make your mind up. And what the hell is a Zekenator anyway?
You may have been lucky last time, thanks to a certain unstable cliff. But this time round, we meet on good old terra firma. If you think you can run from me a second time, you are quite mistaken.
Nobody did any running. And anyway, Shellhead,
What?
you answer to that now? I've been wondering for a while now. But what's with a cutesy eye patch?
I'm quite glad you asked. This eye patch conceals a power too great for mere mortals to comprehend. The Eye of Shining Justice! I am sworn to keep it sealed until its power is needed to save mankind. You should count yourselves lucky. It would turn you to ash in seconds.
Whatever you say, pal.
He definitely isn't wearing it because he didn't have the gold for a second contact lens.
How poor are you? And are you that short-sighted?
By the by, what business might you have with us today?
Are you thick? I'm here for the Aegis, obviously.
Listen, Pam. I'm sorry, but we really don't have time to play with you today. So hurry on home, okay?
What's this? Were you so frightened by our power that you wet yourself, furry ears?
Did I what? You've got a lot of nerve, you one-eyed monster.
Nia, you do know one-eyed monster usually means...
Huh? Means what?
It's, Mithra, why are you blushing?
Shut up!
Oops, I went and revealed my incredible power.
100 years younger. All right already.
Stop
Why not? Well, let's make you
Maybe we're not.
My thoughts exactly. Gotcha.
Alright then, looks like we got ourselves a little boss fight here. Whatever you do, viewers, do not look up what Mia just said. Don't do it! Don't do it! Well, I did warn you. Anyhow, this fight's not a whole lot different from the previous fight. All you really gotta watch out for here is some of Zeke's more powerful... Oh yeah, we can cancel now! Oh, finally. Yeah, but you just gotta watch out for some of Zeke's arts and indoor specials, but that's really all about it. He doesn't block as much as Mor Ardain did, so it's not too much of a worry here. Alright, watch this. Ready for this? Boom. 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 All the way up to level 2 in just 3 arts. That fast, because I can cancel the move control. It feels so good. So yeah, if you were kind of worried about how hard it was to pull off Light Like Water or Light Like Light, it's a lot easier now that we can arts chain like that. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've kind of instinctively been pulling that off for a while now, but forgetting that you can't actually do it. Oh wow, we're actually kind of melting him. Someone pull the aggro? Yeah, that's kind of the bad part about how broken this setup is that I kind of aggroed myself to death. Oops! Let's see if I can get we're good. Alright, now I just gotta build myself up to level 3, and probably chain attack afterwards, and we'll be good! In fact, I don't even think I'm gonna make it to a chain attack. I'm just gonna get down There we go, there's the combo I was looking for. And this should get us into level 3. And if he lives, I'll just chain attack. Wow, we're melting this guy. I feel kind of bad for him, actually. Yeah, he's not making it much further than this. Yeah, we already got him in overkill. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned that before, but Dahlia's hits count for 1 hit on multiple orbs. And the chain attack failed. That's tragic.
You guys are even tougher than last time. However, your luck ends right here. Here we go! Hurrah! Bringer of Chaos! Ultimate Lightning Fury Slash Max!
Come on! That was the same as last time.
Huh? Huh? Pande! Can't you do something?
Sorry! You know my element's lightning! I'm not cut out for this!
Seriously though, what's their problem?
What idiots. Come on.
Now this, quite the sight.
Production has been running non-stop, 24 hours a day.
Moe. Once we have first 1,000 ether furnaces, we sell them to Torna.
But I thought this project funded by Roderick from Imperial Senate. Was it not Senator who gave us info on core chips for Lila to steal, too?
That make no difference. We go where profit goes. Old geezer can wait a bit longer for his turn. Once war break out with Uriah, he get desperate and offer more money.
Chairman Banner's so amazing! Did not realize thinking about this was so deep.
First rule of making money.
Alright then, looks like we've got some trouble to deal with over at the old factory, which is just over here. I'm gonna take you there real quick, but then we're probably just gonna end the episode right there.
It must have sensed our
Or we could continue on and do the next cutscene, because otherwise I'll just get attacked by this rabbit. Yeah, it's right over here. This is where the old factory is. Ooh, all the way up there, huh? But how exactly are we going to get into the old factory anyhow? You'll just have to find out next time on Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. See you guys then.